If you're looking to build strength, my top 6 rules for building strength are guaranteed to work. Now, it's not a 1 or 2 out of the 6 and you're good to go. I highly recommend you do your best to hit all of these rules, all 6 of them. But don't worry, I've kept things very simple to make sure that you can succeed without losing your mind. Okay, the very first rule is keep it simple. This is probably the rule people break the most often. If you're just racking your brain, spending too much time on the sets and the reps and the variations and the techniques, yes, maintain your posture, don't be an idiot in the gym, but when it boils down to it, guys, push, pull, hinge, squat, lunge, carry something, drag something. Keep it very simple, okay? There's gonna be a post I'll be writing later on that deals with how variety is this overrated type of thing. But the truth is you don't need thousands of different movements in the gym. We get lots of movements during our day, lots of variety of these types of movements, but we can't replicate every single one in the gym. And that's why I suggest just keeping it simple in the gym to get started, okay? Lift often. This is one that it seems confusing to a lot of people when you can't build strength training once a week or twice a week. In fact, if you're a beginner, chances are you might actually see some improvements after 2 or 3 training sessions per week if you're doing that consistently. But as your body adapts to this stimulus, I'm going to recommend 4, 5, or even 6 days a week, heck 7 if you can handle it. But that's only if you're training smart, you're not overdoing it every time. Lift often. Sometimes with older populations, you can see improvements training once or twice a week. But for the most of us, anywhere between 18 years of age and early 50s, late 50s, you gotta train pretty often to see those gains in strength. The next one is lift heavy. Now don't worry, don't shut off the video if you're intimidated by lifting heavy weights. You don't have to hit your max weight every time you go into the gym. In fact, you don't have to hit your max weight ever if you really don't want to. It's up to you. But lifting heavy relative to your current abilities and comfort levels. Okay, so for some people, lifting heavy might be performing a few push-ups or a few bodyweight squats down to a box. For the next guy, it might be doing a back squat with 500, 600, 700 pounds on the back and bench pressing 400 or 500. It's going to vary between people and backgrounds and experiences and ability levels and previous injuries and things like that. But bottom line is you got to lift heavy for who you are and where you're currently at. That also goes with using different variations of movements based on your ability. So hey, if you can't do a walking lunge, maybe start with a split squat or even an assisted split squat where you hold on to something. Then you can move into an unassisted split squat. Then you can move into a reverse lunge. Then you can work on a walking lunge, okay? And then you can move on from there. There's lots of ways you can build your way up. If you can't do a push-up on the ground, do an elevated push-up on an elevated surface with your feet elevated, with your hands elevated, not your feet elevated. You get my point. Lift heavy for where you're at and continue to challenge your body. Without that challenge, your body doesn't have anything to adapt to in a positive way. Okay, our body is always adapting. It's up to you whether you want it to adapt away from strength or towards more strength. Okay, it's up to you. The next one is break the rules. What does that mean? No, it doesn't mean like go in the gym and just start throwing equipment around and punching people in the face. It means if you want to do farmer's walks and just farmer walks for your workout, and if you don't know what farmer walk is, you just grab some heavy weights like kettlebells or dumbbells and you just carry them for as far as you can. You can carry them for distance or for time. I've had complete workouts where that's all I did. I just did heavy farmer walks and I did it 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 days in a row. And it was a great workout. That's all I did and actually felt great. I have done back squats for a month straight, doing 6 days a week back squats. And I actually made progress. I made gains doing that. And it felt good because I hadn't squatted in probably 6, 7, 8 months. It felt awesome. So break the rules, guys. You don't have to do 12 exercises every day. You don't have to do your push-ups every day or your squats every day or your lunges or your deadlifts. Pick what you want to work on. Get really good at it. And if you want to work on it every day during the week, you do it, okay? Especially if you want to get good at something, do it often. But don't be afraid to break the rules. There's so many people that say, well, you can't do this that many times or it's not going to work. You can't deadlift more than twice a week. Your nervous system is gonna lose control, or you're gonna be in a lot of pain. It depends. Really, honestly, it depends. So don't be afraid to break those rules, guys. Next one is keep the goal the goal. If your goal is to be as strong as humanly possible, and you're going on like a 10-mile run every other day, your strength gains are gonna dwindle a little bit, and they may not get to where you want them to be if you're focusing on other things. If you're doing tons of swimming and tons of hiking and biking and work on a Bosu ball and all this other stuff, if you're dedicating more time to these other things outside of the gym than you are to your strength training, your body's going to adapt to those other things. And in fact, you may not have enough recovery to be able to build that strength that you need. So remember to keep the goal the goal. Last thing is eat food, real food. Okay, the first part of that is you wouldn't believe how many people I run into where they're trying to build strength and yet they're eating like someone who's trying to lose 80 pounds in 2 months. They're not putting any food in their body. They're deathly afraid of carbs and fats and whatever else that's out there that makes people afraid of food. But start by eating food to fuel your workouts and most importantly to fuel your recovery. That is probably the most often overlooked thing. People will do these 1 or 2 hour workouts. In fact, it may have been a great workout. Then they'll go home, I'm too tired to eat, or I was too lazy. I decided just to go get some Taco Bell or whatever it was. And they end up not making a really good choice on their food. So make sure you're prepared. Otherwise, you're not really going to get as much out of your workout as you thought you did, okay? Because you're not fueling your body right. You're not recovering properly. The next one is eat real food, okay? Yes, supplements, protein powders, and things like that, they taste great, but those should not be the only thing you're consuming. I would highly recommend eating real food, vegetables, fruits, good fats, whether it's from animal fats or fats from oils like coconut oil or olive oil or nuts, and then a good protein source. Even if you're vegan, there are good protein sources out there. But getting quality sources of all these types of foods that are real, that haven't been developed in a lab, are going to be your best choice for absorbing the nutrients and utilizing the nutrients for fuel and for recovery for your workouts. Okay, so follow this top 6 list and I guarantee you will continue to build strength and build strength for a very, very long time. Remember, these 6 rules tend to work best when all 6 of them are being followed. But that's all I got. If you do have questions on my 6 rules, please post in the comments below. That's all I got for you today. Take care. Peace.